Hello students, so let's start test series 17 of Vision. The first question is, arrange the following languages, family, groups in decreasing order of their percentage speakers in India. So the highest percentage of speakers is Indo-European. Indo-European language is also called Aryan language, and it is about 73%. And next highest is Dravidian, it is 20%, and the next highest is Austric, it is 1.38%, and the last one is Sino-Tibetan, it is 0.85%. So these are the percentage of speakers in India. So the sequence will be 4213. Option B is the answer. Second question, consider the following statements with regard to India's road network. So the national highways constitute only 2% of the total road length but carry 40% of the road traffic, and state highways constitute only 3% of the total road length in the country. So option A is the answer. Third question is with reference to economic activities, the term home shoring essentially refers to. So home shoring means the practice of hiring workers who do their work remotely from an external office. So it is option D. Fourth question is with reference to Nord Stream pipeline, consider the following. So it is an export gas pipeline that runs via the Baltic Sea, okay, and it crosses the exclusive economic zones of not only Germany and Russia but also covers several countries including Finland, Sweden, Denmark, etc. So option D is the answer. Fifth question is Sparrows Point, Morrisville, Scunthorpe, and Port Talbot are the important industrial centers in different parts of the world. So these centers are best known for the iron and steel industry. Option A is the answer. Sixth question is ores and locations are given. So bauxite is present in Mica Hills. This Mica Hills is in Madhya Pradesh, and copper is present in Balaghat Hills and it is in also Madhya Pradesh. And next is mica. Mica is present in Nellore in Andhra Pradesh. So all the three pairs are correct. So option C is the answer. Seventh question, consider the following statements with respect to the national games. So before 1940, the national games were known as Indian Olympic Games, and they have been continuously held every 2 years except in the years where the Olympic and Asian Games are conducted. Okay, so not every 2 years since independence, but they are held every 2 years without disturbing the Olympic and Asian Games. So whenever the Olympic or Asian Games are conducted, then it is postponed. So the official mascot for the 36th national game is Savage. So 1 and 3 statements are correct. Option D is the answer. Eighth question is consider the following statements. So our tribe is a group of hunter-gatherers who live in Brazil's Amazon rainforest, and Himba people are ethnic group of Namibia. Baika Pygmies are inhabitants of the Central Africa. So option A is the answer. Ninth question is with reference to the endangered tribes of the world. Consider the following. So tribes and countries given. So Akunsu tribe is found in Brazil, Jarawa tribe is found in India, and Nukak tribe is found in Colombia. So option D is the answer. 10th question is recently Nobel Prize for Medicine was awarded for demonstrating the reliable extraction of ancient DNA. So in the context of the following statements, consider the following statements. So first is, in a cell, DNA is found in both nucleus and mitochondria, and mitochondrial genome is more retrievable than a nuclear DNA. Both are correct. Option C is the answer. 11th question, which of the following factors can influence the distribution of population? So mineral deposits, availability of water, topography, urbanization, all these can influence the distribution of population. So option D is the answer. 12th question, consider the following statements with reference to the armed forces. Special Power Act of 1958. So first statement is this act is invoked to control insurgency in Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir. So here um, the first statement is wrong because in Jammu and Kashmir, a separate law called the Armed Forces Special Power Act of 1990 has been in force. So the first statement is wrong. Next is not only governor, the central government as well as the governor of the state or the administrator of union territory can declare an area as a disturbed area. And it is presently the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 is enforced in Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, and 3 districts of Arunachal Pradesh and 8 police stations in Arunachal Pradesh, that is bordering Assam. So option D is the answer. 13th question, ports and characteristics are given. So Kandla port is present in Gujarat and it is the first port developed soon after the independence. It is a tidal port. And Tuticorin port is in Tamil Nadu and it is a natural harbour. Kolkata port is in West Bengal and it is inland riverine port. Visakhapatnam is in Andhra Pradesh and it is the deepest landlocked port. So option C is the answer. 14th question, with reference to the World Migration Report 2022, consider the following. So, as per the World Migration Report, 76% of new displacements in the world is caused due to disasters in 2020. And the report was published by International Organization for Migration, and as per the report, more people are being displaced by disasters than conflicts, revealing a historical trend. And Asia has been reported as the largest displacement due to the disasters. So option A is the answer. 15th question, arrange the following coal mines of the world from north to south. So Raspatskaya coal mine is present in Russia. Saraji coal mine is present in Australia, and this Saraji coal mine is Australia's largest coal mine. Sangatta coal mine is in Indonesia. Jharia coal mine is in India. So the sequential order from north to south will be first Russia, that is Raspatskaya coal mine, and next it will be India, that is Jharia coal mine, and then Indonesia, Sangatta coal mine, and then Australia, it is Saraji coal mine. So the sequence will be option B, 1, 4, 3, 2. 16th question, consider the following statements with respect to the rural to urban migration in the cities of developing countries. So, due to lack of employment opportunities, this lack of employment opportunities will act as a push factor for rural to urban migration, and unregulated migration results in illegal settlements and slums in urban areas. So here we have to know about two concepts. One is pull factor and the other is push factor. So push factor occurs when a region is attracting the people with its abundance of employment, with its good living standards, etc. Whereas push factor is where the place is not anymore useful for the people and the people then go away from that place for better lifestyle. Okay, so coming to the 17th question, so this answer is option B. 17th question is in the context of shale gas. Shale gas, the China is the largest producer of shale gas. Okay, so shales are fine grained sedimentary rocks and guar gum is used in the extraction of shale gas, and large quantity of water is required in the extraction of shale gas. So option C is the answer. 18th question, these settlements are fragmented into several units of physically separated from each other, locally known as Para, Palli, Nagla, etc. in the various parts of the country. They are often motivated by social and ethnic factors. Such type of settlements are frequently found in the lower valleys of Himalayas and the middle and lower Ganga plain. So they are hamleted human settlements. So option A is the answer. 19th question, consider the following statements with respect to the blue flag certification. So blue flag certification is awarded not only to the beaches but to the boating tourism, but for the sustainable boating tourism, marinas, etc. And here, Lakshadweep has blue flag certification. Recently, Minikoi Tundi Beach and Kadmat Beach in Lakshadweep were awarded the blue flag certification. And Denmark based non-profit foundation for environmental education will award this blue flag certificates. So option A is the answer. 28th question, arrange the following commodities in the decreasing order of their share in the total value of exports during 2021. So the highest export is mineral fuel including oil, that is 14.3%, and the second one is gems and precious metals with 9.7%. Then pharmaceuticals with 4.9% exports, and then cotton with 2.5% of exports. So the sequence will be option C, 4213. 21st question, consider the following regions of India. So Himalayan foreland basin, Vindhyan basin, Pranahita Godavari basin are given. So here, which of the regions given above have potential gas hydrate reserves? So all these reserves have the gas hydrate reserve. So option D is the answer. 22nd question, if one starts traveling from Papua New Guinea to the coast of Chile via Indonesia, Malaysia, Arabian Peninsula, African continent, what will be the sequence of his or her meeting with the following tribes in order of east to west? So here, Orangasli tribes are present in Indonesia and Malaysia. Bedouin types are present in Arabian Peninsula. Hausa tribes are present in Africa. So the sequence will be first Malaysia, then Arabian Peninsula, and then Africa. Okay, so it is option C. This is the order of east to west. Then 23rd question is with reference to the plantation agriculture. Consider the following. So it is a traditional agriculture practice mainly practiced by Europeans, not India. And next is it requires cheap labor, and single crops are grown extensively in one estate. So option C is the answer. 24th question with reference to the manganese. Consider the following statements. So South Africa is the largest producer of manganese. Okay, so it is, the manganese will be very hard and brittle in nature, and it is a chief ore of pyrolusite. And yes, South Africa has the largest reservoir of manganese. So option B is the answer. 25th question, consider the following statements with reference to the revised graded response action plan. So, under this revised plan, restrictions on polluting activities will be dependent on air quality index, and Commission for Air Quality Management is designated agency to implement the revised plan. So option D is the answer. 26th question, consider the following statements with respect to the Northeastern Council. So the Northeastern Council is established under the Northeastern Council Act of 1971, and it comprises governors and chief ministers of all the 8 northeastern states and 3 members nominated by the president, and home minister will be the ex officio chairman. So option D is the answer. 27th question, recently the defense security related news. Prachanda is a light combat helicopter. Option A is the answer. 28th question, pairs are given, industrial regions and located in is given. So Kuzbas region is in Russia, Appalachian region is in USA, Sao Paulo industrial region is in South America, Gauteng region is present in South Africa. So only 2 pairs are correct. Option B. 29th question, which of the following factors are responsible for the location of jute textile industry along the Hooghly Basin. So, due to the availability of abundant water for processing of raw jute, and loamy alluvial soils are best for this, and good network of water and road transport, proximity of jute producing areas, convenient humid climate with um, temperature is with high temperature is required for the jute textile industry. So India is the largest producer of raw jute. So option A is the answer. 38th question, which of the following trends hold true for urbanization in India? So the total urban population has increased in every decade post independence, and the decennial growth rate of urbanization has witnessed significant decrease since post independence. So option A is the answer. 31st question, port cities are given, so we have to arrange it from north to south. So Hong Kong, Rotterdam is in Europe, Cape Town is in South Africa, Rio de Janeiro is in Brazil. So the order will be Rotterdam, that is in Europe, next it is Hong Kong, and then comes Brazil, that is Rio de Janeiro, and then it is Cape Town. So the sequence will be option A. 32nd question, category and descriptions are given. So cultural wasteland are the land left uncultivated for more than 5 years. Current fallow is the land left without cultivation for one or less than one agriculture year. Fallow or fallow other than current fallow is the land which is left uncultivated for more than a year but less than 5 years. So option D is the answer. 33rd question, the lumbering industry is relatively underdeveloped in the Siberian region when compared to the temperate regions of Canada and Sweden it is due to the presence of coniferous forest in the Siberian region. And it is underdeveloped because the majority of rivers in Siberia drain into Arctic Sea, and there is a lack of equipment to do extensive selective cutting. And due to slow regeneration of the forest resources in Siberia compared to Europe and America, it is underdeveloped. Whereas one positive factor is it has the presence of coniferous forests in Siberian region. So only option C is the answer. 34th question, the Hazira Vijaypur Jagadishpur gas pipeline is India's first cross-state gas pipeline. So which of the following states and union territories are connected through this pipeline? So here Hazira is in Gujarat, Vijaypur is in Madhya Pradesh, and Jagadishpur is in Uttar Pradesh. So this gas line connects Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. So the areas connected through this pipeline are Gujarat, Haryana, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. So the answer will be option C. 35th question, in the context of the composition of working population of India, consider the following. So a person who works for less than 6 months in a year is considered as a marginal worker, and the labor force participation rate in India is 4.6% of the total population. So option A is the answer. 36th question, consider the following statements with respect to Mahakaleshwar temple, Ujjain. So it is revered as one of the India's 18 Mahashakti Peeths, and it is the only Jyotirlinga among 12 Jyotirlingas in India facing south, and it is located in alongside the holy river of Shipra. So option C is the answer. 37th question, with reference to the next gen launch vehicle, that is NGLV, consider the following statements. So it is a 3-stage reusable heavy lift vehicle with a payload capacity of 10 tons to geostationary transfer orbit, and it uses refined kerosene as a fuel for semi cryogenic propulsion. So option A is the answer. 38th question, Operation Make Chakra, recently seen in news. So Operation Make Chakra is a pan-India drive against the circulation and sharing of child sexual abuse material. So option C is the answer. 39th question, with reference to commercial livestock rearing, consider the following statements. So the commercial livestock rearing is associated with Western cultures and is practiced on permanent ranches, and it is a specialized activity in which only one type of animal is reared, and the main emphasis is on breeding, genetic improvement, and disease control. So option D is the answer. 40th question, sand dollar, e-naira, e-krona, sometimes mentioned in news. So these are the central bank digital currencies. Next is, recently RBI has launched a new initiative named Daksh. Two, it is Daksh is launched to monitor compliance requirement of financial entities. Next, 47, second question is, waterways are given, so we have to arrange it in the decreasing order of navigable length. So National Waterway 1, Allahabad and Haldia is the largest, has the largest navigable length, and then comes National Waterway 4, that is Godavari Krishna stretch, and next it is National Waterway 2, that is Sadhya Dubri, and next it is National Waterway 3, Kottapuram to Kollam. So option A is the answer. 43rd question, glacier and regions are given. So Lambert Glacier. Lambert Glacier is the world's largest glacier, and it is in Antarctica. Hubbard Glacier is in North America, and Thwaites Glacier, it is also called Doomsday Glacier, it is also present in Antarctica. So only option B is our answer. 44th question, rainwater harvesting techniques and regions are given. So Kul's technique is practiced in Western Himalayas. Inundation channels is practiced in floodplains of Bengal. Khadans is practiced in Jaisalmer. So option D is answer. 45th question, iron and steel industries and associated iron ore producing area is given. So Vishveshwaraya Iron and Steel Works is in Kemmangundi, and Tata Steel Plant is in Navamandi. Indian Ore and Steel Company is present in Singhbum. So all these pays are correct. Option C is the answer. 46th question, consider the following statements regarding food crops. So sugarcane needs annual rainfall of 75 to 100 centimeters, and the temperature should be between 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. Next is, tea bushes require a warm and moist frost-free climate all through the year. Oilseeds cover 12% of the total cropped area of the country. So all option B, second and third are correct. 47th question is, in the context of migration patterns worldwide, consider the statement. So here it is not China, it is the US has the largest number of international immigrants in the world, and India has the largest diaspora in the world, and India has been the top recipient of remittances in 2021. So option B is the answer. 48th question, which of the following statements best describes transhumance? So it is a practice of moving livestock from one grazing ground to another in a seasonal cycle. So option C is the answer. 49th question, the Crack Canal. Crack Canal is a mega project that provides a new maritime route between the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea. Option C is the answer. 50th question, arrange the following iron and steel plants from west to east. So Ratnagiri is present in Maharashtra, Durgapur is in West Bengal, Bhilai is in Chhattisgarh, Rourkela is in Odisha. So from west to east it is Ratnagiri, and then Bhilai, and then Rourkela, then Durgapur. So the sequence will be option B, 1, 3, 4, 2. 51st question is, under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, who among the following is bestowed with the power to permit the hunting or elimination of tigers? So the power to give permission for hunting or elimination of tigers is only vested under the chief wildlife warden of the concerned state under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So option D is the answer. 52nd question, consider the following statements regarding Just Energy Transition Partnership, JETP. So the JETP aims to reduce emissions in the energy sector and accelerate the coal phase out process, and the partnership was first announced at COP26. So option A is the answer. 53rd question, arrange the following countries in increasing order of population. So the highest is China, next is India, third is USA, fourth Indonesia, fifth Pakistan, sixth is Nigeria, and seventh is Brazil. So the sequence will be option D, that is Nigeria, Pakistan, Indonesia, and USA. 54th question is, which of the following examples are inland portlands? So Manchester, Kolkata, and Duisburg. 1, 2, 3, 1 to 4 ports are inland ports, whereas Piraeus is an outland port of Greece. So the option will be C. 55th question, consider the following statements with respect to Dhara mustard hybrid leaven. So it contains two alien genes isolated from soil bacterium called Bacillus liquefacans, and it has been developed by Delhi University Center for Genetic Manipulation of Crop Plants. So option B is the answer. 56th question, with reference to Asian highway project, consider the following. So this Asian highway project is also known as Great Asian Highway. So the Asian highway project is cooperative project among the countries of Asia and Europe, and both India and China are part of this project. The project was endorsed by the ESCAP Commission as a pillar of Asia land transport infrastructure development project. So option D is the answer. 57th question, solar power plants and location is given. So New Hardenberg solar power plant is in Germany. Bhadla Solar Park is in India. Solar Star power plant is in USA, and Longyangxia Dam Solar Park is in China. So only option A is the answer. 58th question, metal and G4 is given. So here sphalerite is the ore of zinc, wolframite is the ore of tin, stephanite is the ore of silver. Okay, so only first pair is correct, option A. 59th question, with reference to the Great Lakes of North America, consider the following statement. So they are located on the borders of USA and Canada, and they connect North America with the Atlantic Ocean, and Great Lakes Basin is connected to the Mississippi River system through human-made alterations and canals, and Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. These are the 5 Great Lakes of North America. So option D only is the answer. 60th question, with reference to the iron ore, consider the following statement. So hematite is the best quality of iron ore, and here magnetite, the largest reserves are present in South Africa. Okay, the largest magnetite reserves are present in South Africa. Okay, the next is most of the hematite ores are found in Dhanbad and Kadapa rock system, and Bailadila is famous iron ore mine in Chhattisgarh. So option C is the answer. 61st question, which of the following regions considered the best regions for cultivation of tea plantation? So Himalayan foothills of India, Central Highlands of Sri Lanka, steppe grassland. Only these both, Himalayan foothills of India and Central Highlands of Sri Lanka, are the best regions for tea plantation. So option C is the answer. 62nd question, with reference to the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, which among the following statements is not correct? So here the correct statements are: Venezuela is the founding member of organization, and it is a permanent intergovernmental organization. Its headquarters is in Vienna, Austria, and UKDR is only country to terminate and rejoin its membership. So option D will be the answer. 63rd question, with reference to the footloose industries, consider the following statements. So they are independent of specific type of raw materials and they produce small quantities with a small labor force. So option A is the answer. 64th question, crops and cropping seasons is given. So barley season is Rabi. In vegetables are grown in Zaid season. Jowar is grown in Kharif season. So option C is the answer. 65th question, intensive commercial grain cultivation details are given. So in intensive commercial grain cultivation, wheat will be the major crop, and then followed by maize, barley and oats. So these are the important crops of intensive commercial grain cultivation, and it is practiced in densely populated regions of monsoon Asia. So paddy, so here not wheat but only paddy is the principal crop of intensive subsistence agriculture. So option D is the correct answer. Both are wrong. So next is 66th question. Here retrovirus is a type of virus that has RNA inside of DNA as its genetic material, and human endogenous retrovirus makes up around 8% of the human genome. So option D is answer. 67th question, which of the following are correct characteristics of census town? So here a population density of more than 400 people per square kilometer should be there, and at least 75% of male working population engaged in non-agricultural pursuits should be present, and minimum population of 5,000 should be present. So option A is the answer. 68th question, consider the following. So which of the following are correct? So here currently more than 30% of the land surface comprises of forest, and about a third of forests are primary forest consisting of native tree species with no significant disturbances in ecological processes. So option C is the answer. 69th question, consider the following dam and rivers are given. So Three Georges Dam is on Yangtze River. Itaipu Dam is on Parana River, not Amazon. Grand Coulee Dam is on Columbia River. Okay, so only one is correct. So option A. 70th question, in the context of digital technology, stable diffusion recently seen in use is the stable diffusion is an open source machine learning model that can generate images from text. So option D is the answer. 71st question, phase trend of population growth is given. So in 1921 to 1951, steady population growth can be seen, and in 1951 to 81 population explosion was taken place, and post 1981 population growth rate has decreased. So option C is the answer. 72nd question, consider the following page with reference to the approaches to human development. So here welfare approach. So if the government is responsible for increasing the levels of human development by maximizing expenditure on welfare, then it is called welfare approach. And basic needs approach is International Labour Organization has been determined 6 basic needs. Those 6 are health, education, food, water supply, sanitation and housing. So if the government concentrates on these 6 basic needs, then it is called basic needs approach. And capability approach focuses on building human capabilities in areas of health and education. So only one pair is correct, option A. 73rd question, consider the following pairs. So crude oil field and country is given. So Maran field is in Iran, not Iraq. Daking field is in China. Samotlor field is in Russia. So option C is answer. 2 pages are correct. 74th question. This metal is a bluish white luster. It is very soft, high malleable, ductile and a relatively poor conductor of electricity. It is very resistant to corrosion but tarnishes upon exposure to air. It effectively resists the corrosive effects of atmospheric gases and acidic substances. Its chief ore is galena. Australia has the largest reserves of this metal and China is its largest producer. So it is lead. Option B is the answer. 75th question, consider the following statements with respect to the great Indian bustard. So it is mainly found on the grasslands in the dry grasslands and scrublands on Indian subcontinent. It is listed as critically endangered under the IUCN Red List of threatened species, and it is a state bird of Rajasthan and is locally called as Godavan. So option A is the answer. 76th question, recently a rupee depreciation of an all-time low against the US dollars. So in the context, which of the following could lead to the depreciation of Indian currency? So here, when the decrease in the interest rates by the US Federal Reserve, then the US dollar flow will increase in the market and it will strengthen the rupee value. And next, if there is an increase in the interest by the RBI, then the rupee value also will appreciate, because the money circulation, the rupee value, the money circulation will become less and the demand for money and the value for money increases. So when the interest rates are increased by RBI, the rupee will appreciate. But when there is a decline in the oil production by OPEC countries, then the rupee value will depreciate. Okay, so for oil we spend more and more amount of money, but we get only less oil. So in that situation, the rupee will depreciate. The rupee value in the global level will decrease. So option 2 only is correct. So option B is answer. Second statement, 77th question is, consider the following statement. So the physiological density is the ratio of total population by net cultivated area, and agricultural density is the ratio of total agricultural population by net cultivable area. So option D is the answer. 78th question, consider the following pairs. Plantation crop and top producers are given. So banana is, so India is a top producer of banana, Thailand is a top producer of rubber, and fourth West African countries, they are Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria and Cameroon. These four West African countries are the top producers of cocoa. So option A is the answer. 79th question, with reference to 2022 edition of United Nations World Population Prospects, consider the following statements. So the world population is projected to reach a peak in 2080s, and life expectancy at birth for women in 2019 exceeded for men by 5.4 years globally. So option D is the answer. 80th question, shipping canals and countries given. So Corinth Canal is present in Greece, Mittelland Canal is present in Germany, Danube Black Sea Canal is present in Romania. So option B is the answer. 81st question, consider the following ports. So ports of call means, so the ports of call are calling points on main sea routes where ships anchor for refueling, watering and taking food items. And packet stations are exclusively concerned with the transportation of passengers and mail across water bodies covering short distances. So option D is the answer. 82nd question, consider the following, arrange the following countries in the decreasing order of uranium production. So Kazakhstan, Namibia, Russia, South Africa are the decreasing order of uranium production. So option D is answer. 83rd question, rare earth metals are set of 17 metallic elements. Okay, It is rare earth metals are a set of 17 metallic elements, and europium and terbium are included in the category of rare earth metals, rare earth elements, and China is the largest producer of rare earth elements. So option C is the answer. 84th question is, consider the following passages. So a mode of formation of mineral involves the decomposition of surface rocks and the removal of soluble constituents, leaving a residual mass of weathered material containing ores is bauxite. So option A is the answer. 85th question, consider the following statement. So the Carajás iron ore mine, one of the biggest in the world, is in Brazil. Australia is the largest iron ore producer in the world. Australia is also the largest iron ore exporter in the world. So option B is the answer. 86th question, the location of industries is dependent on. So the location of industries is dependent on raw materials, transport, historical factors, market and industrial policy. So option D is the answer. 87th question, with reference to wheat cultivation in the temperate grasslands, consider the following statements. So the temperate grasslands have low productivity of wheat in the world due to extensive mechanized farming, and the temperate grasslands are known to produce wheat during both summer and winter seasons. So option D is the answer. 88th question, consider the following statements with reference to joint comprehensive plan of action. So it is a result of prolonged negotiations between Iran and P5+1 countries. So the P5+1 countries are China, Russia, France, UK, US plus Germany. Okay, so joint comprehensive plan of action is a result of P5+1 nations and is a result of prolonged negotiations between Iran and P5+1 countries. And under this, Iran agreed to decrease the key components of nuclear weapons. So option D is the answer. 89th question, with reference to the road transport system in India, consider the following. So Porbandar in Gujarat in the west and Silchar in Assam in the east are the extreme points of the east-west corridor. Jhansi is a junction of east-west and north-south corridors. So option B is the answer. 90th question, arrange the following gas fields of the world from east to west. So Zapoli Arone, next is Groningen, Hugoton. These are the sequences, that is 1, 3, 2 are the gas fields of the world from west to east. Okay, 91st question is, arrange the following ports in India from west to east. So from west to east it is Mumbai and then Marmago and next is Mangaluru and then Kochi. So it is option B. 92nd question is, the term parkland describes the landscape of savanna mainly because the trees are always present with the luxuriant hill tall grass in the landscape. So option B is answer. 93rd question, with reference to the demographic momentum, consider the following. So democratic momentum is a tendency of growing population to continue growing even after the fertility rate declines. In this, a relatively young youthful age structure promotes a more rapid growth. So both these statements are correct. Option C is answer. 94th question, with reference to healthy cities, consider the following statements. So healthy cities is a framework for participatory process initiated by World Health Organization to respond to health issues that have emerged due to urbanization. The framework involves community in local government. So both these statements are correct. Option C is the answer. 95th question, consider the following statements. So lithium is highly reactive and flammable metal. Groundwater brine is a major source of lithium. Chile is the largest reserve of lithium in the world. So option C is the answer. 96th question, which of the following factors influence the growth of cotton textile industry in India? So abundance of skilled labor, weather conditions, and proximity of cotton producing areas to the port cities has increased the growth of cotton textile industry in India. 97th question is, wolf warrior diplomacy recently seen in news is a strategy followed by China. Okay, so it is a tactic used by the Chinese diplomats de- uh, to defend the Chinese national interest and ideology beyond China to counter the West. Okay, so option B is answer. 98th question, this is a small nocturnal mammal, is arboreal in nature as it spends most of its life on trees. This species acts as a biological predator of pests in agricultural crops and benefits farmers. It is listed as an endangered species by International Union for Conservation of Nature. So recently this species got its first wildlife sanctuary in Tamil Nadu. So it is slender loris. Option A is answer. 99th question, with reference to the Vyomitra, consider the following statements. So, it is an artificial intelligence enabled robot designed to fly abroad a rocket, and it is designed and developed by ISRO. So, option A is the answer. 100th question is, consider the following statements with regard to the open sky policy for cargo. So, the policy was adopted to help the Indian exporters and make this export more competitive, and 6 airports are covered. They are Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi, Kolkata, Hyderabad, and Mumbai. So, option A is the answer.